What's taking you too long to endorse presidential candidate from another political shed?
Ordinarily, how long does it take?
It's quite odd that 3 weeks down the road, you're yet to identify a person who aligns with the aspirations of your political party.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Can I ask a question? Mpuuga wadda. Era wako Mpuuga musomero mu debate. Can I ask you a question?
Aspirations of your political party.
Oh, dear.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Unfortunately, Simon, I'll disappoint you. I am failing to pick the real gist of what is driving the various agenda.
The real gist
of the different opposition candidates. And that
alimeddwa okufuna agenda etambuza abali ku ludda oluvuganya gye batambulizaako ebyobufuzi nze nga Mpuuga.
My brother Kyagulanyi speaks beleaguered and unable to coherently put across the issues that he wants the country to hear from him.
Mpuuga my brother Kyagulanyi speaks beleaguered and incoherent. This is, like I said, self-righteous posturing. Mundabe, my name is Mpuuga. I'm the most cohesive. I'm the most coherent. I'm the most cogent man. I'm not confused. See me? But I won't run for president.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
And yes, indeed, okusinzira munda mu ggwanga li United States of America, ogamba oti okanswenti oli bulungi nze Mordecai Murisa, nkwaniza ku mukutu gu Mordecai Murisa live. Exactly. Yonna gy'osinziira gwe akomyewo nga nakugambye nti beerawo kuba tugenda kuba tusumulula nkwebaza ntwebale nnyo webalire ddala. Have a few shows for you tonight, so make sure to subscribe. Mwena abayita mu nkola eya super thanks okubeera nga mutuweebaza olwa bino bye tukola. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Genda maaso sobole obeere nga weegatta ku guno omukutu osubscribe nga yengeri gy'osobola okulagamu okusiima. Teekako endowooza mu bino by'onaaba owulidde. Sitegeeza nti oteekeddwa okubeera ng'okkanya na buli kimu kye njogera oli waddemu okwawukana nange. Ate mu kaseera ke kamuyita abantu batwegatteko vidiyo gigabanako n'emikwano gyo abeetoolodde. Awangula tukugamba congratulations. Ayita mu kusomozi batugamba do not worry, everything will be alright. Tugende mu maaso. We have to keep going forward regardless. Okitegedde? Bwe takikuleetera agenda kukitukolera. So that's why we have to keep on going forward. Oba onfuna. Weetegese tusimbule. Tugenda kutunulira ow'ekitiibwa munnange Mathias Mpuuga. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mathias Mpuuga came again from obscurity, I should say. He's coming out of the woodworks, out of the blue. Simanyi oba bamuyita kuba kiraka. Ajja ku show n'ayogera ebintu ne ngamba, why is he saying all these things? Why? Who is what is his intention here? To me, mukyetugala okutulira conclusion yange, it is self-righteous posturing. Nze atuukiridde nze buli kimu. It is the true definition of political ego. The egotistical mindset driving this man. Yabadde ayogera ku ba political candidates abaliwo betwina ba presidential candidates n'agamba nti bali beleaguered, bali confused, bali besanze mbuzi obutagambika. They are scattered, bali buli wamu, and they are incoherent. Tebasobola kuyisa obubaka bwabwe. Let's go on and listen to this man. Sir John. What happened to him? Listen in here to what he says.
that our voice is being heard and respected in those spaces.
What's taking you too long to endorse presidential candidate from another political shed?
Ordinarily, how long does it take?
Ordinarily, how long does it take? Kati, Wagaman, how long does it take? I think the position of his political party was they're not going to endorse nobody. I think that's where enjawukanayo wakati we ne Medi Nsereko, Muhammad Nsereko we yava. So why is he even going into entertaining this debate? For how long should it take? Then there was a dishonesty kubanga. At first they said, we're not going to endorse any person. Karibambuza nti ogenda kuendorse ngagamba kitekedwa kuntwala dio. Ngamuntu donga temu endorsinga muntu. Kitekedwa twalira bangachi. I would think response tekedwa kubeera the conclusion of the Omutise Dugge. We're not endorsing any person.
Endorsement cannot be a ritual. Endorsement must be deliberate.
Deliberate?
Endorsement cannot be a ritual. Endorsement must be deliberate, must be protracted, must be discussed, must be a point of conviction. And when the National Council of the DF sat,
National Council of the DF, etulako mukaku abedi,
and made a resolution to say that we have not endorsed anybody, but we are observing.
No, now there's an amendment going on here. At first was, we are not endorse. We're not gonna endorse. Katubagambi, we are observing. After being called out by their own friend, Muhammad Nsereko, we are observing. Like, playbook Yemune ya Museveni. Africa's problems are leaders who overstay in power. Hey, no, Museveni, you have overstayed in power. You said this was the problem of Africa. Oh, I meant those who stay in power out of autocratic or dictatorial tendencies or means. The amendment of the Bigambo, in the regional, no.
Listening to opposition candidates. And we would, if necessary arises.
If necessary.
Opposition candidates. And we would, if necessary arises, we shall endorse
one of these days.
One of them. The one that will speak to our aspirations as a party, the one that will speak to the kind of issues that inhibited our participation at the presidency. And if that chance arises, we would endorse that person.
Yeah, but it's 3 weeks down the road, and it's quite odd that 3 weeks down the road, you're yet to identify a person who aligns with the aspirations of your political party.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask you a question?
Aspirations of your political party.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Are you able
able
in your position to enlist key positions of each of those candidates?
Key positions of our candidates
Articulated on the campaign trail. Are you alive to the articulation of key governance issues over the last 3 weeks?
But neither have you, even at the launch of your defunct Democratic Front. The key governance issue that you were all seeing alongside your friend Muhammad Nsereko was ad hominem attacks against the person of Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. You can't demand what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have, I think I should say. You can't give what you don't have. You're expecting these folks to discuss key governance issues, and I'm sure they've done some of them. But I haven't seen you discuss key governance issues on your platforms. Usually it is hurling insults at the person of Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. But I digress.
Because it's very, very important that we do not turn politics into a ritual. Politics and politicians must be serious about what they tell people. And as the DF, we do not think, and we insist to say, that if no one does articulate the views we think should be articulated, we would leave it. We are not under.
It is so funny. This is the amendment. There's again, abalabye video gye nakoze, this is intellectual dishonesty. The position of these folks were, we are not endorsing these people. We are not endorsing anyone. We are not getting in this sort of ritual-like electoral system, electoral process. They said, hey, the argument ya Mpuuga yali egamba tebampagira kubeera nga mpisaawo electoral reforms zange bintu we bityo ebintu byonna tugenze mu kalungu embeera efaanayo tusazeewo tetugenda kenyigiramu kubanga tujja kubeera nga abeetaba mu kalombolombo. Kati bwagamba nti watabeera omuntu agenda kumbulira key governance issues, omuntu unconvincing. Where do you belong? What, hill, is it hill or mountain are you choosing to die on? Wagamba ekitakutwala mu kalulu kubanga tewali electoral reforms, and two, embeera yemu ebintu tewali kyusa amateeka gakyali gegamu. Kati bwogamba nti singa wabeera omuntu ambulira key governance issues n'ambulira policy alternatives ezo n'alaga nti mugezi mu bintu byayogerako tujja kumwendoosinga within a system eri rotten already. Again, dishonesty.
Obligation. We're not obligated to endorse anyone. It's our space, and when we think it's right to do so, we'll do it. It's not a crime for us to endorse no one.
Who says it's a crime?
Okay, it's 3 weeks down the road. How do you gauge the momentum, the messaging, and the pulse of the nation?
Unfortunately, Simon, I'll disappoint you that I read, I follow media, electronic and written, print. I even follow candidates across the trail. I am failing to pick the real gist of what is driving the various agenda.
The real gist
of the different opposition candidates. And that
alimeddwa okufuna agenda etambuza abali ku ludda oluvuganya gye batambulizaako ebyobufuzi nze nga Mpuuga.
puts us in a bit of a problem. Okay. And that speaks to the kind of concerns we had hitherto, these nominations. The kind of concerns we had hitherto, these nominations, on the side of the opposition. That the opposition is going to the polls without a clear message, without a unifying message, without clarity of intention, without a rallying message to the people that want to see a different face.
Like, it shouldn't be the one criticizing these folks because they decided to head to the polls and face a head on. Yeah, like
house. And therefore, you wait and see and say, okay, let's wait and hear them on the trail. And on the trail, the little I have heard, trading of accusations, incriminating, insulting, all sorts of things. Probably.
Maybe you're selective in your hearing.
No, probably to the credit, I'm speaking, to the credit of a few candidates, like probably General Muntu.
Let me pause here and make a comment about General Gregory Mugisha Muntu. I have immense respect for the man. But General Mugisha Muntu has become a scapegoat for every person. General Mugisha Muntu mulungi. Why don't you support this man? Andrew Mwenda, General Muntu mulungi, but I won't support him. Why? This is a hypocrisy. These are lies. I don't know why, because they know he's not going to respond to them. Boli muntu jaddukira gye yeekweka. Ndabyeko, General Muntu. I saw this guy, what was, again, I mentioned his name, Andrew Mwenda, way back, yagamba kombo. The day Mugisha Muntu forms a political party, I'll join that political party. I will share engeri gyayogeramu speed ebigambo emitwalo 14 mu ddakiika 2. Mugisha Muntu yakola dda political party. Where is Andrew Mwenda joining him? Bamukozesa nnyo nga ekyokwekwekamu bwe babuuza ekibuuzo.
The CP candidate says something that is incoherent. and you could see he needs a lot of time for him to have his message across. My brother Chagulanyi speaks beleaguered and unable to coherently put across the issues that he wants the country to hear from him.
Mpuuga, my brother Chagulanyi speaks beleaguered and incoherent. This is, like I said, self-righteous posturing. Mundabe, my name is Mpuuga. I'm the most cohesive. I'm the most coherent. I'm the most cogent man. I'm not confused. See me? But I won't run for president. This is hypocrisy. These are utter lies. This is, I cannot imagine the gall and temerity in the mind of Mathias Mpuuga. Mundaba. Olita sobola. Nolita manyi kuogera bulungi byayogera. Kubanga wabagamba nti tugenda kwendoosinga omuntu. Bonna mbalaba tebalina kye basobola, okay? Naye ndabyemuko omu mugisha muntu. Then mulinda ki okumwendoosinga? Why are you not endorsing General Gregory Mugisha Muntu Oyera? When are you endorsing him? But all here, kataga kulaga, Mugisha Muntu takola bulungi. Chagezako kulaga, inze. I'm the wisest man in this political sphere. Eya Uganda. Mathias Mpuuga, always respect Mr. Lukaga.
And you're like, so then how do we consolidate these scattered messages?
Oh, scattered. It is so funny. This man, Mathias Mpuuga, who is coherent, whose message is not scattered, who knows how things should operate, who is not beleaguered, has no capacity to convince a sizable constituency to join his Omutise Dugge. It reeks of perverted superiority complex and egotistical worldview that drives this man. Because if he has all this knowledge, if he's this smart, if he knows how things should work, then why not use those tactics to attract folks to join your camp? Why?
To rally the rank and file floor of the opposition. Because, truth be told, across the years, opposition to government has been growing geometrically. But the consolidation of this growth of opposition into a coherent outfit, into a united front, has become a problem. And I worry that if the key opposition candidates do not get back and look themselves into a big mirror and listen to themselves, or probably accept to be advised on what they're doing.
I think you should be. I think you're telling on yourself, Mathias Mpuuga, where you get out. Look yourself in that ginormous mirror. If you can, please make sure that you surround your bedroom with mirror, because this message should go to you. You need to be advised. You need to listen. You need to understand where you are. This sense of pomposity and self-importance and belittling other people and presenting yourself as some sort of holier than thou. All these should die before you come on the table.
We could leave the trail worse off than we were as the opposition.
Okay, do you imagine that President Museveni is further consolidating while, as you argue, the opposition sounds beleaguered, scattered, and incoherent?
Well,
is Museveni gaining more ground?
I don't think that General Museveni is gaining ground. He is actually consolidating because he knows where he has support and he knows where he doesn't have support. And it's the business of the opposition to think about it. And it's our job to know of the opposition to new territory, which gives the ruling party, which is the state party, an opportunity to consolidate, so to speak.
Yeah, but while you talk about selection of candidates and having a countrywide appeal, the National Unity Platform, for which you credit yourself to have been one of the founders, recently came out with the list of their candidates, and it actually prompted a new debate into the elites and the populists. How do you weigh into this? The whole circus around this debate.
First of all, I don't speak for the NUP.
Yes.
And I do not determine their ideological orientation.
Kudos to Mpuuga. I think that's how you should answer questions. You know, this is how you should have answered when they asked you about the messaging and what the candidates are doing. After having criticized the process, you don't have any moral authority. Now, this is how you should answer questions. You're not spokesperson for the NUP. You don't even know the modus operandi. Even if you knew, you're not part of that entity anymore.
Which includes the selection of leaders across the country. So I am most hesitant to delve into the quality of candidates they selected. That's their business. Probably that satisfies the agenda to which I'm not a party to.
Good.
So it's not fair for you to ask me to evaluate.
Yeah, but
good answering of the question.
The quality of their candidate.
Yes, but
It's their choice.
one of the things that have stood out prominently is vindictiveness. What some people have chosen to call vindictiveness.
Simon Kagwanjala is such a shrewd interviewer. Now that Mpuuga has been able to evade himself from giving comments, NUP kati achikyusizza ulira bwabuuza
From the party towards people who seem to be inclined towards Mpuuga.
bwakyewaze kati amugamba naye tolowooza nti abantu abakulinako akakwate baagobeddwa mu kibiina.
I am not aware of personable persons. But you see, you don't have to drink the whole sea, Simon, to know that it's salty.
Kati agenda kuwa ku comment. Teweetaaga kunywa semayanja inaina okumanya nti amazzi ago galimu olunnyonnyo otyo.
A little taste of the waters, a little sip, will tell you that this is a salty water, this is a salty sea. And therefore, any politician out there would have known better what they're dealing with.
Otyo.
And therefore, it was their business to, early in time, to understand.
Again, it's all about him. Now he's again self-righteous posturing here. Agamba nti munabyafuzi yenayene yandibadde mu NUP yandibadde akimanyira mukadde akatuufu n'ategeera nti kino kibalimu kikyamu nnyo. Here is the dishonest gyengenda okunnyonnyola. Listen.
That probably this group is, we have availed a platform.
Akakantu bakaggyemu this group otyo.
That probably this group is.
Nozagambe mukasalemu ako.
We have availed a platform.
There is a bit of awkwardness where you're looking at recruiting people who feel disenfranchised by the national unity platform instead of the national resistance movement.
Okay, responding to what he said, group. Why didn't you say this before? It was after you were awarded yourself 500 million shillings taxpayers' money. You were suspended and later on fired from a political party. You didn't quit. You didn't see this group. You didn't identify, no gamba. Hey, these are not good people to deal with. They're immature in politics. No, you didn't. You were just fired after that corruption scheme. So why didn't you lwaki wava mu kibiina ng'omaze okuwangula n'olange n'ogamba kino kisanja kyange ekisembwe mu NUP? It is after you are caught kati saa zino bantu badde bamanya. Let's listen in. Kubulako eddakiika mmeka? 2 tumalize kano.
Did I say from the NUP alone? That's your statement because you want me to discuss NUP, which I have declined. I am only saying
Or you already did actually. When you say you're not going to discuss NUP, you don't even comment. Kwekyo ekibuzo kyakubuzizza ku bantu abakulinako akakwate.
Have any party would recruit from anywhere and make no mistake. We have recruited from the NRM. You want me to enlist the recruits from NRM? We have recruited from across parties. Ordinarily, we would have loved to begin on a clean slate, but we work at the moment with what is available as a young party. So we will continue to grow our presence, recruiting young people and orienting them to our ideology.
That ideology
take time, but in this
throwing around these loaded terms,
space of,
words
of 3 months after our formation, we needed to get somewhere, and therefore we had to buy into the existing and then reorient them to our thinking, and we are satisfied with our progression.
There is a strong belief that while you're just a young party that's just come onto the political block, you're looking more towards the 2026 polls. And no wonder you're going around the country to prepare for the next polls that you have derided for a while.
Which polls are you talking about?
The election, the forthcoming election.
Simon, we have done, you see, 4 weeks ago, a month ago, the party outed, the DF outed, what they called the minimum political agenda.
Gibberish. Ndoza mutegedde. Yoyo owekitiibwa. Mpuuga. Mpuuga minus this Ego is quite a good man, very humble to say. Eky'okwegabira ensimbi simanyi oba akyali humble oba omutuutuuka okwegabira ensimbi z'abayiwa omusolo. Ekyo humble ndowooza kikuggibwako. My name is Mordecai Murisa, muganda wa OHT Mpuuga. Nkwagaliza okubeera obulungi. Subscribe. I'll see you later.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.